Hi, this is Jerzy Bin Photography. We are, of course, guests in Murbish, but this time in the VIP area, and we are doing, what, portraits. So we are doing portraits of every artist, leading team for the new 2016 Viktoria und ihr Husar, or the Husar. I'm not sure what's the correct pronunciation, doesn't matter. We're doing portraits today. And here with me there is Michael and Gary, who will also come here in a minute for the second session. And we're doing portrait shooting, typical portrait photography. But what I wanted to speak about today is not really about the portraits, not about the Festspiele, nothing about this. I want to speak about the lights. What you see here behind me is Michael, but behind Michael there is a gray background. Why is it gray? Why is it gray first of all? Because it's neutral. But with the gray, why I love gray background? Because it's so versatile. You can use it as a gray background, you can use it as a black background, and you can use it as a white background. It all depends on the light. But before we get to it, at the moment, those two strobes, actually you don't really see the other one because it's covered by this one. Those are switched off. So I will be taking just pictures with using those two strip boxes. And there is a line here, Michael will stand here. I already pre-set up the light, the power of those strobes. And what I want to do now is, if it works, hopefully, I want to measure the light. So I set up the camera to f8, shutter speed 250, ISO 100, and what I actually keyed in on the light meter is exactly 250 with 250th of a second, ISO 100. And as I said, the camera is at f8. So now what I want to get in front of Michael, the light from those two, so the exposure from those two lights should be, hopefully, sorry. Oh. Okay, let's do it again because I did it. It should be around f8. And it is, what does it say?
258.00.
f8. This is what I mean, 8.0.
F8.
F8. So this is exactly at f8. So we didn't take a picture, but just to, now I will actually take the picture. I just have to change the transmitter. So the camera is also set to f8. Put the glasses on. Because now the background will be quite dark. I mean, it will not be black, but it will be sort of very, very dark gray. Okay, I want to have some, I don't see your eyes. Yeah. Okay, wait, I have to, you are too high for me. Yeah, okay, that's better. Excellent. Now, as you see on the picture, the background is sort of really, really dark gray. I cannot make it black because it's too bright at the moment, but if I were in a real studio, it would be quite easy. So let's do another one. Cool. Now, of course, I don't want to have such a dark gray background in a booklet or in any magazine, unless it's pure black. So I want to separately illuminate just the background. So now I will activate the other two strobes. And now there are actually a few tricks to it. You can easily make it white, you can make it gray, you can make it white, or you can blow it. So then it's completely white and all the details are gone. But we don't want to we don't want to blow the background. We want to have it sort of really white, sort of very light gray and white, but not blown, right? So, right. So what we want to do, if we have the exposure by Michael here, F8, we want to expose the background to what?
Gray.
To gray, which if I expose it to one stop over, would be F11. If it's 2 stops, it's F16. If it's 3 stops, it's F22.
Yeah. You learned good.
Yes. If it's F22, the white will be too white. It will be gone. So what we want to achieve here is 2 stops difference between the light here and the light here. So if I had here F8, I want to have here the background F16. Okay?
Wow.
So let's measure the light now, because I don't remember what's the settings now. So now it's blinking. There's nothing, yeah?
Nothing.
Now let's take a picture.
11.2.
11.2, which is basically F11, F12.
But that's not enough.
That's not enough. But if I take the picture now, you can, Gary, you can also join.
Yeah.
So this is Australian mafia. Australian mafia, yeah? Okay, you have to really squeeze so I can have you both within the 4 backgrounds. Yeah. Okay, so okay, I switched off the focusing. Yeah. Cool. So now the background is gray, but because the background is F11 and here is F8, so it's only 1 stop difference. Now, if I increase by 1 stop this light, and by another stop, if I find my glasses, if I increase so let's do another picture. Again, squeeze, yeah, do it. Cool. Now, if you see now, the background is really white, and let's measure the light. So this is now, if I switch it on, now, what do you see? Nothing at the moment, yeah?
No, it's blinking.
It's blinking, yeah?
Oh!
F16, I even didn't look at it.
Surprise!
Surprise. So what happens, I just increase for both strobes, which are pointing towards background, by 3 stops. So now I have a 2 stops difference between the background and the foreground, or let's call it talents. Because when you shoot portraits, it's a talent in front of you. Oh, yeah. And we have, on a gray background, we have a nice white, on a gray background, we have a nice white background. So that's why I love the gray background. You get black, you get gray, and you get pure white. You just have to control how many stops are different, how many f-stops difference between the foreground and the backgrounds are, and then you're good. So this was Jerzy from Meerbusch. I'm Ze at Zephyrspiele venue, shooting portraits with Gary and Michael, and talk to you later. You can now sing.
What tradition?
Yeah, you can. Well, actually, this could be nice, because you sing the same number.
Yeah.
A bit closer. Get closer.
Und tschüss. Servus. Bye bye.